Hello and welcome to Tygem. Today we got a 15k versus 15k. I am white. Now given that this guy has, what, 12,000, 13,000 games with a lot more losses than wins, I think it's safe to assume this is a sandbagger. Probably just back off high, backed off low. That's interesting. Low. A pincer. Looks interesting. Kicking it is good because I already got this thing, and so it can only get 2-space extension instead of a 3-space. But I think I'm gonna pincer it. Oh, coordinates. I'm sorry, coordinates. You're counter pincering me, but if I do this, he can butt into this, or he can even go here and live locally. I then would get, well, what would he do with this? That's weird. This is a strange move. If I block here, I think I'm just gonna block here. He wants to try to kill the stone, that's fine. I'll come back and kill this, take the influence and do whatever. I also have this open. Do this, because again, this 3/3 is still open, so. Bump, ba-dump, ba-dump. You'll need to fix. Then I can Hane. This is a little over concentrated, but again, this is still open. I could do this and then jump in the corner, but I think it's too early for that. So, I am going to take some of the Aji out of this stone, make some influence, and go over here. This Hane is pretty big for him. You're just gonna butt into it. Alright, that's cool. If you do this one, I will... This forces that, and then I can do this. Let's see, this, that. This, that. This. There is this cut now. Poke up here, but I kind of want him to do one of these two things. So, let's make an extension. If he pokes here, there's this cut. And if he turns, it goes here, there's that. If I extend, he can get... Well, if I do the extension, he can get this for free. But if he doesn't respond, then I can do this, and I think he's dead then. So this is Sente. If he cuts here, I will be okay with that. I will cut and this. And then if he wants to cut again, what happens if he cuts here? And if he follows? You know, I don't think I care. Let's go over here. Okay, you're pincering this one. I'm gonna fight. Interesting. I can go here to put a lot of pressure on you. I can also shoulder hit, shoulder hit. I'm gonna put a lot of pressure on you. I'm okay with this. Yeah, I guess it works. I was gonna say that's not really the move, but... So you're gonna come in here and essentially try to eliminate all of my influence. Well, what if I... This one seems a little bit better. What if I cap you and force you to live? Basically, I want to get a little bit more influence here so I can attack this group with a cap. This would be like the perfect time for a cap. Because then I can surround it and then cut out the base. So we need to jump here, and then I can... You're peeping. Which doesn't do anything, though. If you do that... I guess it does. Okay, fine. Now, since you're not going to defend your group, this is then going to go to that, or he can pull this out. But if I do this, or actually this, I want to do this one. This pushes it into that. This cuts out the base, and then I can chase it somewhere. Either one of these, actually. This one helps this one a little bit more, so I'm going to cut out the base. See, I thought he'd be tempted to pull this out. If he does, then I have... Oh, interesting. Poking here, making shape. Poke here. I get one of the other. One or the other. You, of course, can do this cut now. And I can capture. Nah, I think I'd rather make an eye. If he tries wedging, then I will poke here and attach. There's this now, which then I'll just... Oh, you're gonna... let's see if he... Well, if he does this, I can do this, and then it kind of goes to a cool-looking thing. Looking thing being the keyword. I think I need to... What happens if you pull this out? Well, I can get this move. If I just capture... you know, I'm probably going to give those up. So I want to do... Well, hold on a second. I can bring the attack back by pulling this out and try living with this. Or I can just... what do I want to do? What do I want to do? How do I attack this? Essentially, you have to throw in one of these places. I like throw in and do this. And then cut. Or can I... Well, hold on. What happens if I... They're all fourth line. Which is interesting. Let's see, if I do this, does he poke through? And then I'll just follow, I think. What if I shoulder hit? Does that mean he can't pull this out then? Because here he would... Wait. Here, 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 here. Here, here. Here, here. If he goes here, this is Atari. He'd have to capture. And then this is just dead, right? So if I go here, it works. So, let's do that. This is really strange. I might want to throw in here. This ensures that I have an eye. Although, well, hold on a second. I don't really care about this group, to be honest. I'm not actually trying to kill it. If I do this, and he pokes here, I'd have to do this. And he'd have to run. And then I capture, but then I don't have any eyes. If I do this, I have an eye. Right? Because if he takes one, I'll do the other. Okay. So I'll make an eye, I guess. And see what he does. So he pulls this out. Atari, Atari. Atari, Atari, Atari. Capture, Atari, dead. So this is threatening something over here, I guess. Threatening to Atari and connect. So I'll block that. I'm not getting a whole lot out of this, by the way. Now this really doesn't work. Because as soon as he goes here, this is just dead. Atari, capture, dead. Unless you get something like that. But, what do I want to do? We essentially nullified everybody else's points. There's this stuff in the middle now. Hane just goes to Hane. I don't like that. Throwing in here looks interesting. Does any of the wedges work? Wedge. Atari up, Atari down, follow. Cut Atari, and this ladder's right into that. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Why did I do that? This one, well, let's see. If he turns, then I can do, well, I can get this for free. I can get this for free, but I want to get this. If he turns, I can cut. If he captures, I can Atari. Actually, I would want to extend, I think. Because if I return here, he has to come back, and then I can connect. He has to do this, right? And then I can do this. If he tries wedging, I can just Atari. And now this group is floating. And so is mine, to be honest. Let's see, wedging here is not good. I can Hane. This is where getting this probably would have been good. If I do this, he can do this. I can throw in and Atari, forcing that. And then there's this sort of shape. This, that, throw in, Atari, fill. This would be double Atari if I do that. And this is kind of getting in trouble, sort of. However, this only has one eye, now that I look at it. Maybe I should focus on surrounding this. Because if he captures this, actually I can force him to capture. But then, well, hold on, if he gets that, then he has another eye. Right? So I'd have to... Oh, okay, never mind. I'll take it back. So, should I attack this some more? I can Hane and get all this stuff, and then do something like this. That is Atari, but it doesn't get him anything. So let's just do this. This group, like I said, has one eye, but, you know, we'll see what he does. If he decides to jump with that, this is free, and then I can jump here, poke, cut, Atari. Oh, that's double Atari, or that's not double Atari, but no, because then never mind. It's just an eye. Who cares? Poke. If he doesn't fix, I can go through it. This is getting cut off now. Can I poke here? No, I'd rather poke here. What about this poke? Does he just connect and push through and cut? No, it doesn't work. If he just connects, you know, I'd rather do this, I think. Hane, throw in, Atari, capture, and then this is no longer anything. I can then jump through here, it looks like. So you push through and cut, Atari, and fix, and then run this into this stuff. This is getting pretty cut off. If I do this, he's just going to do this. So I think I need to save this. I don't know. Something like that, I guess. I don't know. I'm just having fun here. That's an interesting choice. Can I poke? If I poke here, and he does this, I can connect Atari, capture, Atari, connect. Can't I just do this? Poke, cut, Atari. Doesn't that just work? Now, points-wise, I've really only got this. And a couple in here. Interesting. Because now I'll jump here. I'm just trying to corral it into this stuff. This also means... I don't really want to help him define his shape, though. Like, if I do this, he's not going to connect. He's going to do this one now. If I do this, he can pull back. I can pull back. And then he's got what looks like an eye. I should probably do this right now. This and connect. Well, actually, if I do anything over here, is it basically Sente against that? Like, well, that's just Atari, and then I'm in trouble. This to that, and then I have an eye. He doesn't. This is getting surrounded. I need to do something with it. Well, hold on. If I do this and that, am I connected to that? Poke, cut, connect. No, I'm not. Does this work? Poke, this, that, cut, Atari, Atari, go here, Atari, and fix. Yeah, okay. This is also surrounding this. I might be able to eke out that last eye. So you took my key shape point. This will do that, and then I'll have a table shape, so you'll pull back here. I can actually do this, and then if you wedge, I can connect. Well, if I do this first, what do? Do you block? Because if you ever capture it, well, then I have to connect, so that's not good. This exposes that, but I don't want to define that yet. I don't want to do that. Poking through. You know what? I need reinforcement, I think. You're gonna save the one stone? I don't think you want to save the one stone. Not worth it. This is a pretty key point. If he blocks this way, then I'll have to jump and try to connect to this way. There's this push and cut, which then will lead to a capturing race. I think I'm gonna play here though, depending on what he does. Let's see, now if he pushes through and cuts, it just dies. And then I'm connected, so that's okay. Well, I've only got 4 minutes left. I gotta keep an eye on that. This gets me an eye, doesn't it? This, that, Atari. Oh, I guess if you... Interesting. So, what are you gonna do, sir? Okay, so you decided to give that stone up and make an eye. So I can capture this and now have an eye outright. If you ever connect, I can do this. If he pushes, I can Atari, and if he extends that, then I can Atari and Atari and Atari and Atari, and it's dead. So if he ever pushes, I can just Atari and then capture in a ladder sort of thing. So that's not what I'm worried about. Does this work? The point of this is to destroy the eye shape. And if he blocks from this way, I can jump, and then this whole thing is going to happen. I think I need to do a move like this first. Well, what about, like, there's the elephant's eye here, so if he blocks the other way, then I'll connect here to the elephant's eye. If he blocks through the elephant's eye, or any other way, I think I need to jump, wedge, Atari, capture. So this is just poking at the shape point. Like I said, you can still connect through here. Actually, if he does, I might want to push once. And again, cut. Atari, push, cut, Atari, double Atari. So, moment of truth. Do I want to push through here? If he blocks, I can cut. He can do this. This is Atari, push out. Block, push, block, cut. Or do I want to just back off? If I back off, push once to make a cutting point, and then back off. Because I don't want to cut. Push once, I lose the liberty, jump. And then if he wedges, I can Atari and do this. This is exposed, it's this cutting point. And if he cuts, then I can Atari and Atari. This is a ladder. I'm having trouble reading it. So let's do that. Cutting points. Cutting points. You're backing off. I think this... If I push again, do you back off again, or do you then block? This exposes that cutting point, and then I can jump, and then the wedge doesn't work. This, that, pushing through, and then you can Atari. Push through Atari. I'd have to connect. Push through Atari, capture. I could... Well, let's see. If I do this, does he turn then? This is now a bamboo joint with that. And then I can cut... If I... Well, actually, I don't really care about that. What if I just do this? Then there's this... Then I have 2 weak groups. If I do this, there's this, that, this. Atari and fix, exposing that cutting point. Atari and do this. Oh, that's interesting. What if he just does this? Atari, fix. I'm having trouble reading it. What about just jumping? Wedge, fix, cut. Oh, this means I can wedge here, right? Because then he can go here. Well, this is going to get really dangerous. I didn't quite read this out all the way, but I think it looks pretty good, actually. Now, if he wants to give off some of his tail, that's fine. If he wants to connect, then I can push through and cut. But I don't think he can. If he connects here, I can push through and cut. This Atari just goes to this. Then there's this Atari, and then he can capture this sort of thing. If he pushes this way, and then this way, this is Atari. That is Atari. He'd come back and do this, though. So this might get destroyed, but then all this is cut off, which is okay with me. I get all this, he gets this little bit. If he pushes this way, I push up here. If he connects here, I push through here. If he connects here, I push up here. And take the tail and solidify this stuff. And then he has Sente to try and cover this. This exposes that cut, but he might not bother with it. Because that's just Atari, capture Atari. And then I solidify all this. But it still only has one eye. So we'll see. We'll see what he wants to do. I can now pull this out and let it give up. Get a double tiger's mouth thing going. Poke here, poke here, poke here. So at this point, I'm not too worried about this group. In fact, I can take this bamboo joint. Because then this becomes alive, right? Because then I can, if he pokes, cut, Atari, turn. Because then I can do this turn, and this one. I'm going into Buyomi, so let's start a complicated fight right before I go into Buyomi. Okay, so you're doing that to poke at this, which means you can come back and do this. But again, this reduces this down to one eye, so this still is not safe. I'm going to cut this off, or can I just do this? Give him a chance to cut it off, or threaten to save it, force him to capture it.
Overtime countdown has begun. 9, 8.
Time Suji, but if he pokes up through, I will block and let him cut in Sente, and then I can do this Knight's move, threatening to pull this out. The point is to keep him down to one eye, and with these two stones, it's doing a pretty good job of that. You're interesting. So he's not doing that. Let's see if I do this, and then you poke through, I can... Interesting. Of course, cutting just connects. He can then Atari, or just Atari. Whichever way he Ataris, it's fine. I'm just trying to get a little strength here. Okay. You gonna Atari this? You are. Awesome. Now what are you gonna do? Okay, so now this cut is a problem. I will connect here, because this forces him to connect. And now I will do this. If he wedges... Oh, he's not going to wedge. Okay, well then I will This is just looking for a shoulder hit. If he pushes up and cuts, I will be glad to give that stone up. To get a couple moves here. And then this sort of capping move here. Actually, what I should be doing is thinking about this. So you're just gonna connect, huh? Well, what if I wedge? Wedging doesn't work. So, let's see. This exposes that cutting point. You'll need to reinforce. This also exposes this cutting point. So I'll just do this first. This exposes that cutting point. If you block this, then I poke and cut. If you don't and you do this, then I poke through and cut this way. And then there's this Atari and this Atari and all sorts of Ataris that allow you to potentially cut this off. You're blocking that way. Well, that means I can do this, right? Or can I do this? Gotta be wary of this, because it looks like he's gonna try to reduce this down. If he blocks this way, I'll poke through and cut again. Interesting, he's not gonna do that. Well, then I'm gonna force him to do this. And then fix, because now this cut doesn't work when I do this. There are some peeps that he can do, but I can also cut this off to get the other eye if I need. But I think I should be okay with eyes. Got one here, right? Holy crap, this is a complicated fight. My goal is to push through here. If he connects, then I'll Hane. Cut. But then he can... Yeah, I can't Hane here, because if he cuts, I'd have to save the stone. Or actually, no. If he cuts, I'd have to do a bamboo joint. And then, let's see, there's some sort of Atari thing going on. And then this cut becomes a problem. So I need to do something. But, wait to see what he does first. Like, this poke doesn't work, you just go here, because you can't Atari that. Okay, so you're solidifying that and threatening this. I can actually do this. Right? Or can I just connect? Because then if you don't do this, I can poke through and cut here. If you wedge, I can Atari and go here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I think I'm gonna do this. Oh wait, no, I wanted to connect solidly, didn't I? Well, let's see. If I do this, this reinforces that. Now this cut becomes a problem again. So I need to let him connect. That means I have to save this stone then. It's not over yet, sir. You've got some problems. Oh, which means I can do this now. Because it's free instead of just connecting, I guess. And then I can do this. And this. So I'm just using this attack to get some points. Because right now, it doesn't have any eyes, does it? Let's see, if I do this, there's this cut and cut. So if I just back off here, you can Atari. If I back off this way, there's this move, cut. I think this is okay. Now he's making eye shape with this stuff, but he lost the eye up here. That means I can turn, right? Because then this still... you know what, let's just do this. If he does this, then but I wanted it... Interesting. That means I can turn here. If he tries pushing, I can cut. I can actually do this now, I think, right? Hane, Atari, capture, Atari. Hold on, Atari, capture, Atari. Yeah, I can do this. And then I can run out here, I guess. Oh, no, that was a mistake. Because now, yeah, basically he needed to fill there. And then if he did, then it would be a star shape. So this shouldn't have been able to live with two eyes. But, now that I have this, I'm going to see if I can do some disconnecting here. This, if he tries Ataring, I can extend. If he Ataris the other way, then I will cut. Well, this got really interesting. I can actually poke up in here, can't I? Or I can go down now. And now we're to endgame. After all that attacking, I pretty much destroyed all of the center and eliminated all the influence down here. Reduced it down quite a bit. I don't have a whole lot of points either, but, you know, this is something at least. This is now a sensei play if he doesn't respond, which is good for me. So he responded. Poking here. I, of course, can do this. If he pokes, I just do this. The question is, can I reduce this down to one eye? Like, if I cut here, this is no longer an eye. If I played this, he's threatening my connection, so I will do this, and this, or wait, this, that, and then cut. So if I just do this, I'm fine. That exposes the cut again, so I will this, that, so I will connect here. If I did the fancy thing, then he could poke here and poke here. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to make sure you don't have two eyes. Poke here. Actually, damn it, I should have done this one. This one, and then I could Hane. Right now he's going to get this move, which kind of sucks. I can do this, that, this. This gets rid of that. This, trying so
9,
hard.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
I'm going to use up a Boyomi
1.
here. Descending here,
2
Atari,
overtimes
and go
left.
here. I wonder if I can kill this group. Because descending here, he has to respond a different way. If he does, okay, I was going to say, if he does this, let's see, I can Atari this, capture. This means I can get this poke, which he'll just cover here, and then I can... Oh, I made a mistake. And he made a mistake. He could have cut this off. Okay, well, that means I can throw in and take this Atari, but then there's this eye. So this would be required for both. Yeah, there's no points up there though. So if I do this,
9.
I'm gonna do this as a
8,
time Suji.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And he responded. So if I do this, this is worth a few points. Let's see if Yohane's here. Huh. I wonder if I can get that down to 1 liberty so he can't Atari this. Alright, so he solidified that, which means I should expose this cut and play here. Expose this cut and play here. Play here, poke, poke, Atari. What am I worried about? I'm not worried about anything. Anyways, back to what I was doing down here. Can I do anything else? Like I can expose this cut, make a nice boxy square shape. This exposes that. There isn't any points here, but
9,
this exposes
8,
that.
7, 6,
I'm gonna use up another Boyomi
5, 4,
because I wanna
3,
like I can force
2,
him to capture with this.
0.
Let's just do this. This is terrible. Terrible move. Doesn't actually threaten the group at all. I just need more time to think. I should have just done something else and go Tay. This is terrible. Why did I play that? Yeah, but there aren't any points there. You could have just... I can get this now in Sentei for free. And then, I don't know, I'll do this. This group is alive though, right? Atari, I mean... Whatever, I guess. If you poke here, I can do this. This is now Atari then, but... yeah. I was gonna say, now you ending Gote though. This looks like a decent point. This is a point. No, it's not. This is a point. That ends in Gote though. This actually is Sentei. If I do this and that, there's a poke,
9,
Atari, and
8,
a wedge. So I need to
7,
do something like
6, 5.
this. If you Hana here, I just connect. Atari dies. The poke, I have to do this. This Atari, Atari dies. So if he Atari's here, I need to Atari back and Atari this. And then I need to make sure I actually have 2 eyes here. This is becoming a problem now. So, interesting. This is looking at this. And then, yeah, so that's what he's going to do with this. I think that was wrong, because you could have done this one and actually captured that, but... So I'm playing terrible, by the way, but he is not calling me on it. This is essentially what's happening. I can connect here, or I can capture. Capturing means he can do that, but he's going to do that anyways. I think I'm just going to connect. If he pushes again, I'm going to throw in and Atari, because then I can capture. So this was a mistake on my part. But at this point, I think I'm just trying to finish the game. Points-wise, he's got a few here, nothing in here, some down here. I've got this. This is pretty much my big basis of points. I think this is a mistake on his part. He can't Atari this one. Now he can capture it. If I connect here... No, I have a second eye here. Okay. So this is worth 2 points. Is there any other points here? Like, I can throw in and do this. I can do this.
The last overtime. 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm just going to see if he actually responds. Oh, he does. That's nice. And he's going to save it. Like I said, this ends in Gote if I do that. This actually gets me a point. I will... Hi here. That's threatening this. This prevents that. So he has to come back and connect before he can do that. And now I need to connect. Alright. I will do this to get a point. I can poke here. I can poke here. I don't think this does anything.
The last overtime.
But let's do it. This is a nice shape point, but... Oh, yeah, well, interesting. Which means if I do this...
The last overtime.
If he pokes and pokes... Oh, you know what? I think I just killed this group, didn't I? Nope. I have an eye there. Yay! I didn't die. I'm like a moron. That was pretty risky. Is that Atari? That is Atari. Yeah, I suppose I need to respond to that.
Overtime countdown has begun.
Oh, now he's in Booyami finally. Okay. Dump-a-dump-a-dump. I think I'll just do this. That's okay. Alright, now it's my turn. I get to... Are we done? I don't think so, sir. Like... If he connects, it's a mistake. He can't actually connect. If he descend, I mean, he can descend and then it starts a coal thing. I'll take the Sente, I guess. Now you need to capture. If you descend, it's dead. You just need to capture it. You resigned? What? What? Estimate. It says I win by 13. I wonder if he's been tracking the score. Yeah, Tygem is pretty good at estimating. Actually, it didn't count this though, because he would have captured this. So that would have been 2, 4, 5 points extra when he captured. So it's not quite 13. Plus he can possibly get that, so that's, yeah. And this. So it's more like 6, not 13, but... Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like it. If you're new around here, subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or feedback, please leave them below. Thanks again so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. How do I look at my stuff? Menu, click on my name, click on my name. I think my keyboard's freaking out again. Yep, my keyboard's freaking out again. Okay, let's close this before I lose everything.